Hey, what's up everybody, it's S. So I started this channel about a year ago just to have fun and to take y'all along for the ride with my firearms journey. I didn't really think that honestly anyone would care or watch, to be honest. I figured that most folks really just wanted to watch, the tactical guys or, the experts, or even more than that, I didn't expect a company to actually send me something to review. So that brings me to today's video. So this company, Cyelee Optics, emailed and asked me if I wanted to try their red dot. So at first I thought it was a scam.
You don't find that suspicious?
But I went ahead and gave them my info, and lo and behold, they sent me this red dot. So I actually tested this red dot out at the range yesterday. And when I say test, I mean I just shot a few hundred rounds. Now at the end of this video, I am gonna go over details on how to actually win it. Now, if you don't win it, I do have a discount code. Now I don't earn anything from it. It's simply a code. So, use it or don't, or, it doesn't really do anything for me. But if you wanna save a few bucks and you wanna try out this red dot, I say go for it. Otherwise, don't. Now, the specific model that I actually got was a Cat0. So now it says it's for the RMSC footprint. I have no idea what that means. What I do know is that it fit on my Glock without a plate, but I'll go ahead and cover that in a little bit. I want to say the red dot was smaller than the 407K that I have. What do we got here? Yep, actually it says 3 MOA dot there. It says it's fully submersible. I didn't check that. I'm not going to be torture testing anything. I don't really do that kind of stuff, but if you do, maybe you can try it, but I'm not going to do that. Now I would pop the top and show you what you get with it, but who really cares about that? All we really care about is the actual red dot. No one's going to actually read the directions, but I will say it did come with a cool, little patch. I'm not really into patches like that. I don't have anything that I would need to put this on, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it in the box. I probably should read instructions. Definitely not going to do that. So the actual red dot, I think it looks kind of cool. Again, I don't know if it's specifically made for a slim frame pistol. It kind of sticks out a little bit, not much. I did not put it on my Glock or my Glock 19X or my Glock 19 MOS. I already had to take the plate off for the 407K because, again, if you watched my last video, I didn't torque the screws down. So I needed to go ahead and fix that. So I went ahead and put this one on here to go ahead and test it out. Now on one side you have, I think this is a plus for turning up the brightness. And actually, let me see if we can figure that out. Let's see. I don't know if you need to hold it. That doesn't seem to be doing anything. Let's hit the minus, see if that does anything. Yep, so maybe I already had it at the brightest setting. And the camera isn't doing a very good job of picking up the actual reticle. I don't really have a nice camera. I pretty much just shoot on my phone. So unfortunately, this is kind of the best I can do at the moment. But it's a red dot. It's a cheaper red dot, or a budget red dot, I should say. I think they retail for, I don't know. I think it was under 150 bucks if I'm not mistaken. And I think the coupon code was either 20 bucks, 20% off, or something like that. I'll post it in the comments if I think about it, or when I'm editing, if I remember, I'll put it up on screen. It does actually come with a battery, and I do like the fact that it comes with a regular TR, I think it's a 2032 if I'm not mistaken. The only downside about the housing that I can see is that it comes with you have to use a Torx bit to get it out. So if you don't have one of those in your range bag, obviously if it dies, you're gonna probably need it. But I've never had a red dot die, but I also only started shooting red dots last year. So, maybe you have more experience with that. Maybe you have a little toolkit that you maybe bring to the range. If you do, you'll be fine. If not, this may be kind of a drawback. Or if the red dot becomes loose, obviously it's going to be the same Torx bit for that as well. And I think it's a T10, the same one that comes with the Holosun. And if I had to guess, if I went into packaging, I'm assuming it probably comes with one in here. I didn't really check, so I don't know. Now, as far as performance goes, overall it was pretty decent. I thought that I think it was a 3 MOA. Yeah, the 3 MOA, I guess it would depend on, what you're shooting. Like when I'm shooting steel, I like the bigger reticle. It helps me, pick up the target a little easier. Now, if you're going for precision shooting, and that was pretty tough to say with these Invisaligners in. Now, I don't actually do any of that, so I don't mind the bigger red dot, and the smaller one is a little tougher for me to pick up. But honestly, it's personal preference and what you like. Now, the build quality, it seems sufficient. Now, is it going gonna compare it to a Trijicon? Obviously not, but then this is like a third of the price, so you know, do with that what you will. Now, as far as accuracy goes, I didn't notice anything major. I'm not a marksman, so if it was great or terrible, I'm not sure that it would have made that much of a difference for me. You know, that said, I did keep shooting low. So if I was to keep this, or if I were to keep this, I would probably have to make an adjustment. Up or down is here, windage is here. I was pretty much shooting straight on, but I was constantly shooting low. That could have been me anticipating the recoil or just, you know, having a bad day at the range. That pretty much covers my review on the red dot. It seemed sufficient. It shot well. I didn't have any issues with it. I was able to pick up the reticle. The build quality seems nice. Came with a battery. It worked. It attached directly to the Glock, which is something that I really, really like. The one thing I don't like about the, again, I'll bring up the Holosun, is that you have to have a plate to have it sit correctly. If you don't buy a plate for the Holosun, it's going to be canted up because there's some nubs under here. So you have to have a plate so that the Holosun will sit flush. With the Cyelee, you don't have that. This one sits on it just fine because it has multiple holes, so it worked out pretty well. Having a plate isn't a deal breaker, but again, that's just one more failure point. Or more importantly, that's just one other thing that you have to buy. Now that said, will I put this Cyelee optic on my carry gun? Now, at this exact moment, I would say no. Main reason for that is I'm giving it away. To win the actual giveaway, all you have to do is like the video and comment something down below. You know, your comment can be about anything. I know most giveaways usually require you to subscribe or do something like that, but you know, you don't have to do that to win. You know, I'd love for you to subscribe, but if you're just here to win a free red dot, you know, I respect the hustle. Now, since I don't have a large channel and some of my videos get suppressed, I think you actually have a good chance of winning it if you want it. Now, I'm gonna let this run until the 20th or the 21st. I'll let you know in the comments. I'll probably pin a comment specifically, or I'll put it in the notes of when the actual day is. It's just going to depend on how long it takes me to edit the video. And then I'll pick a random comment, I'll ship it to you, and depending on where you live, you might even get it by Christmas. Now, if anybody else sends me anything, I'll probably do a video on it, then I'll just give that away too. Unless it's something cool, then I'll probably just keep it. Anyways, I don't really have any other comments. You know, I like the red dot, it worked, didn't have any issues with it. I didn't do any torture testing. I didn't shoot 1,000 rounds or 10,000 rounds. I only went to the range for, you know, probably shot about 100 rounds, but worked for me just fine. If I wasn't going to give it away, I'd go ahead and keep it on one of my firearms. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and give it to one of you guys. So thanks for watching. Good luck. And I'll see you guys in the next video.